Today we're talking to Katsman. Aaron is a licensed financial advisor. Aaron, what qualifications do you have?
Hi, Jonathan. Nice to be with you. I'm a licensed financial advisor both in the United States and in Israel. I'm also a financial columnist for the Jerusalem Post and for the leading financial website seekingalpha.com in the United States.
Wow, okay, great. And for a first-time investor, how should one start investing?
Well, one really has to figure out what their goals are and what their needs are. I mean, ultimately, investing is for two purposes. One is to grow the amount of money that you have, and the second reason is to protect the value of your money against inflation. As we know, when you go to the supermarket, you go now and you buy some tomatoes, they cost X, and if you go in another 6 months to a year, they cost X plus another 10%. So the point of investing really is to protect the value of your money against inflation and then to grow it. So the first thing you have to do is really understand what are your goals and what are your needs. If you're young, if you're in your 20s and in your 30s, and you're just trying to, get started in life, and you're thinking about creating plans for retirement, and you're starting a family, and you're thinking down the road in 20 or 30 years you might have to marry off one of your kids or something like that. So you have a longer term time horizon, and you're able to be a little bit more aggressive or growth oriented with your investments. Conversely, if you're 65 and you're planning on retiring in another 6 months or so, you have to be far more conservative in the way you go about investing your money, because ultimately this is what you have, what you've accumulated, to date is what you have to live on, for the rest of your life. So once you sort of figure out why you want to invest and what your goals are, then you start, right? There's a lot of information out there on the web, especially if you want to sort of do things yourself. If you want to work with a financial advisor, wink, wink, that'd be great if you give me a call. It would be, financial advisors are able to be sounding boards for you also, and they have a certain expertise, and they can help you sort of frame what your goals are and frame what your needs are, and then you get started. You can start with even a small amount. You get your account open, and then you start investing towards whatever goal you set forth.
So you say you can start with a small amount of money. Will a small amount of money really make a difference in the long term?
It's amazing, because there's I think Einstein talked about the wonder of compounding of interest. Money makes money by not doing anything. It just sits there and earns interest, and that interest makes money on the money that you've already invested. And over time, it's incredible how much money that you can actually make if you stick to it. If you stick to a plan, you add to your savings accordingly. It could be yearly, it could even be monthly, whatever it is. You're going to be amazed over time, over 20 and 30 years, even if you start out with, $5,000 or $10,000, and you keep adding to that sum, in 20 or 30 years, you're going to have a nest egg that's approaching, $500,000. So, and it's all because of the magic of compounding of interest. You don't have to be a Wonder Man investor, who picks the best stocks and becomes the next Warren Buffett. You can be an average investor, but sticking to a plan where you constantly add, to your savings, and lo and behold, in a couple of decades, you're going to have a lot of money put away.
So, Aaron, what you're saying is that basically anyone could start investing. Is that correct?
Exactly. I mean, the culture actually is, in the States, the culture is for kids to start investing. They open up the parents open up what are called custodial accounts for their kids, and they might buy them, a few shares of Coca-Cola or Google or, now Facebook, because that's the in thing. And, kids from a very early age, get into investing, and they start following it a little bit. And, even by the time they hit college, they've got a little bit of a nest egg, and then they just keep doing it throughout their lives. When you get out of the United States, more internationally, there's less of that culture. So one of the things that I try to do is educate people into the importance of investing also at an early age, because obviously the earlier you start, the more money you can make, and you can weather the downs, that happen in the markets. Market downs happen, and it's a fact of life, and the longer you're investing, the easier it is for you to sort of smooth out those bumps in the road.
Brilliant. Aaron, you've given us all hope that one day our money could do much better for us.
Thank you for
Aaron,
having me.
Thank you very much.